On behalf of Adarsh Shikshan Mandali's Adarsh Comprehensive College of Education and Research and IQAC of the College and Research Center, I welcome all of you in this lecture series on different topics related to research. I'm sure this lecture series is going to be fruitful to all of you when you're doing your research or even when you're writing your research reports, or even when you are doing and writing your research abstracts, or you're writing any papers or presenting any papers in the conferences. So today's session will be by Dr. Neha Dev, and I request Dr. Gandhe sir to formally introduce our guest for the day. Over to you, Gandhe sir.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Vartak madam. Today's resource person for session is Dr. Neha Dev madam. She is having 32 years experience in this field of education. Presently, she is working in PG Department of Education as an associate professor in SNDT College of Education, Pune campus. Her qualifications are MSc, MEd, PhD and SET. She has also completed DSM, Diploma in Yoga and Ayurveda, PG Diploma in School Counseling also. She is also interested in light and classical music and passed the exams in the same. She is guide of PhD and 7 students have been awarded PhD degree under her guidance, and presently 5 students are working under her guidance for research in PhD. She has published many national and international level papers. Her area of interests are assessment and evaluation, research and statistics, science education, education management, and yoga education. Once again, on behalf of our research center and all the participants, I welcome Dr. Neha Dev madam and request her to start her session. Yes, over to you, Dr. Dev madam.
So, when a researcher is interested in conducting some study in the past, related to past, the question in front of that researcher is what was. Then he has to go for historical method. When any researcher is interested in the present situation, then he has to ask the question, what is there? So the study is related to present situation. Such a study can be categorized under descriptive study. And obviously, when any researcher is interested in the future situation, what will happen, what will be there, then the researcher has to go for the experimental method. Now, descriptive study, just we have seen, it is related to the present condition and answers the question what is. Descriptive research or descriptive study as a whole aims to accurately and systematically describe a population, situation, or phenomenon. So, descriptive study, the group under different methods compiled under the domain descriptive study. What is done in that? What is the present situation that is described? Some description regarding population, situation, or phenomenon, process that is done. So it can answer what, where, when, and how. All these questions can be answered through descriptive study, but not why question. So why this is there? What is the relation? What is the cause? What is its effect? That is not studied under descriptive study. A descriptive study design can use a wide variety of research methods to investigate one or more variables. Unlike in experimental research, the researcher does not control or manipulate any of the variables. So there is no manipulation, no intervention, no control. What is existing in the present situation, in the nature, that is just studied, but only observes and measures things. So no manipulation, as we do in experimental. We do certain activity, we implement on some group, and we keep control on certain variables. That is not at all done in descriptive study. But still, it is a research. So, descriptive study provides necessary information for making decisions to administrators. So if any administrator wants certain decision, certain change, then he has to find out what is the present situation, what are the opinions of different stakeholders involved in that particular decision. Then what are the problems in the current situation? And on the basis of that, he can do certain changes. So descriptive study, they are always helpful to doing decisions in decision makings and useful to administrators. It provides necessary information and plan for improvement. So it interprets, synthesizes, and integrates data and points out their implications. So whatever is the present condition, present situation, present status, present phenomenon, data are collected regarding that, and those data data are interpreted, some synthesis is done, and some implications can be found out. So purpose of descriptive study, it is more realistic, done in natural setting. So this natural setting, this word is very, very important, because we are not going to change anything. What is there, whatever is there, we are going to collect data regarding that. So there is no any change done by the researcher. One can obtain opinions, attitudes and suggestions. जैसा अभी हमने देखा, कुछ चेंज लाना चाहते हैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स, तो ओपिनियंस स्टडी करना जरूरी है, एटीट्यूड्स देखना जरूरी है, सजेशंस भी लेना जरूरी है. Then it is useful in development of research tools. Whenever certain condition, certain specific situation is there to study regarding that, the researcher has to develop new tools. So such new tools can be prepared through descriptive study. So what are the characteristics of descriptive study? All the characteristics, they are applicable to the survey. So what are the characteristics of descriptive study? Information on a large scale can be obtained. Generally in survey, a rigorous sampling method, they are applied. A large sample is selected and we can get information on a large scale. Generally at PhD level, we expect that researcher should select sample, the sample size should be more than 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, like that at PhD level. It is cross-sectional. The meaning of this, in biology we have studied sections, longitudinal and horizontal. So whenever we take cross-section, horizontal cut, then we can see what is the status at that particular point. So that is the meaning of this cross-sectional. At particular point of time interval, we can find out the status. We can find out the situation. We can find out the present condition. So it is related with a group. Nature of the research is defined. What is done in descriptive study? First, nature of the research is defined. Purpose is decided. Data are collected. Analysis is done. And conclusions are drawn. So all this method we have studied for scientific method. That's why descriptive study and survey uses scientific method, because the title is defined, problem is defined, objectives are decided, objectives are defined. If possible, hypotheses they are put forth, data are collected, proper sampling procedure is used, data are collected, analyzed, statistic is used, and that's why it is nothing but a scientific method, and that's why it can come under research. Why I'm telling this? Because Best and Khan, they say that descriptive study and two types under descriptive study, they are not called as research. But other experts, they have not given such remark. And we can say that survey, it is using scientific method, and that's why it is a research method itself. Then characteristic of descriptive study further, it may be quantitative or qualitative. Descriptive study, I'm saying about descriptive study. Descriptive study can be quantitative or qualitative, because in qualitative, again, that is naturalistic inquiry. Whatever is there, the situation is studied in qualitative as well. But survey is not a qualitative research. Survey is a quantitative research. It comes under quantitative research. We'll see again why it is called as a quantitative research, or it is categorized under quantitative research. We'll see afterwards. But in qualitative also, present situation is studied. But again, I repeat, survey is not a qualitative research. Survey is a quantitative research. In it, mathematical scientific language is used. Local problems can be solved immediately after conducting survey. You can take proper decision, and whatever the problems are there, we can overcome those problems. So survey or descriptive study is useful to solve the local problems. Before a deep comprehensive study, survey or a descriptive research or descriptive study is essential. So all these are the characteristics of the descriptive study, or same are the characteristics of the survey. Now, different experts, they have categorized descriptive study or the research related to the present situation under different categories, or they have categorized those different types differently. So whatever the classification given by Lokesh Kaul, he categorized a descriptive study under 3 categories: survey, interrelationship study, and developmental study. And you can see further survey, different types again of survey: school survey, job analysis, content analysis, public opinion survey, and social survey. Interrelationship study, case study. Here, this expert categorized case study under interrelationship. But generally, we keep it aside and we categorize it under qualitative. Then causal comparative, correlational, cross-cultural, and comparative study. And developmental growth study, longitudinal study over a long time period, growth study and trend study. So this is a classification given by some expert, but Best and Khan categorized descriptive study under 3 types. The first one, assessment studies. The second one, evaluation studies. And the third one, descriptive research. So this is the classification given by Best and Khan, and we refer Best and Khan for our MA, PhD level work. That's why I have mentioned this categorization. But Best and Khan, they have mentioned that assessment studies and evaluation studies we cannot call it as research, because in assessment studies and evaluation studies, the researcher or the person, they don't put forth a hypothesis, or the major reason, they don't study relationship between different variables. And that's why assessment studies and evaluation studies cannot be called as research. But still, we can categorize them under research as well, because we use scientific method, we do sampling, we do selection of sample rigorously, we collect data, we analyze it, we put forth objectives. So all the different steps of any research we follow, and that's why we can categorize it under, we can call it as research. Now the further classification given by based in assessment study, social survey or public opinion survey, international assessment, activity assessment, and trend studies. Here under this category, no value judgment that is done, and only study of the status that is done. So that's why it is called as assessment study. No value judgment. What is there, what is the present situation, that is studied, and that's why it is called as assessment study. So different surveys of social survey, public survey, international assessment, activity assessment, the same thing is called as job analysis by some other experts, and trend studies. All these, they are categorized under assessment study. Now here I would like to mention that Creswell has not given such categorization. Creswell has not given such categorization. He directly speaks about survey method. But still,
please mute your mic. Yes. Yes, Neha, continue. Sorry for the disturbance.
Yes, I'm continuing. Yes. Now the second category, that is evaluation study. In evaluation study, school surveys and program evaluation. School surveys, there are again 6 types. They will see those in details. School surveys, 6 different types of school surveys, and program evaluation. Here, why these 2 categories, these 2 types, they are categorized under evaluation study. Here, what is done? Whatever is the present situation, that is studied, plus value judgment is given, and if required, suggestions are also given. So all these different school surveys and program evaluation, those are categorized under evaluation study. And the last, third category, that is called as descriptive research. And here, what is different from surveys? What is done here? Relationship between different variables, that is studied. And whenever we study relationship between different variables by keeping control or doing categorization as per the different variables and applying different controls, then it is called as descriptive research. This is the explanation given in Best and Kahn. So all this chart, whatever I have displayed here, that is as per Best and Kahn, and they categorize ex post facto or causal comparative, correlational study, and follow-up study under descriptive research. Now we'll just study something about assessment study and evaluation study, and then we'll proceed further for school surveys. The first category given by best, assessment studies. In assessment studies, no value judgment is given, no explanations about the reasons they are given, why such condition is there. Reasons they are not found out. Whatever is the present situation, that is only studied. No recommendations are given as well. So different social and public opinion surveys we can conduct under descriptive study. In it, status at particular time is studied. So nowadays, one can go for NEP. We can conduct social or public opinion survey regarding NEP, SETNET exams, right to education. Regarding that, what are the different opinions of teachers or different people working under different sectors. Same thing about CC, right to education. What is the opinion regarding the scholarship given at PhD level, like that. So any topic related to education and what are the different opinions in the society, we can find out. That is social or public opinion survey. Then international assessment. There are different institutes working at international level and they conduct such survey. So mathematics achievement, what is the present situation of mathematics achievement at primary level, age group 7, age group 10 plus at secondary level. So international assessment can be conducted. So what is the present situation of mathematics achievement? All over the world, we can conduct such survey, or there are different agencies, they are conducting such international surveys. Then activity analysis or job analysis. Any person working in different they are doing different jobs, they have to do particular activities in particular sequence or different activities. For example, teacher is expected to do certain activities in the classroom and in the school at administration level also, he is or she is supposed to do certain activities. So one can conduct such study, one can find out, one can go for job analysis of teachers. So teachers, whatever activities they are supposed to conduct, whether they are going accordingly or not, present situation. Then trend studies. In trend studies, it has to be combined with the history. What was there and what is the change nowadays. So we can go for trend studies under assessment studies. So here combination with historical research, trend in education, growth of minority enrollment, like that we can find out. Nowadays, we observe that enrollment in commerce, to the commerce field, that is increasing. So there is some change in the trend. So such trend analysis or trend studies we can do. Now the second categorization given by West and Khan, that is evaluation studies. जैसा हमने अभी देखा, in its status at particular time is studied plus value judgment is given. कितना अच्छा है, कितना कम है, क्या क्या कमियां हैं. Some suggestions they are also given. Grading is also done. Then sometimes recommendations are also given. Then here different school surveys can be conducted. We will see those school surveys. There are 6 types in detail. So under school surveys, infrastructure availability or whatever is the present situation of achievement in different subjects. Then their financial situation of the of different schools, then curriculum regarding study, all those can come under school surveys. The next is program evaluation. Whatever different programs they are implemented by the government or different agencies, state government, central government, or any group of schools, they implement certain whatever is the output of that program, then that can be done under evaluation study. Same thing for RMSA. RMSA, some implementation is done, some changes are there, some surveys they are conducted, some facilities they are provided. Then what is the output of that? Then the third category given under descriptive study, that is descriptive research. In its status at particular time is studied, value judgment is given, sometimes recommendations are also given. The specific distinct characteristic of this is that in it relation between different variables is studied. And that's why they have called it as descriptive research, because relationship is the most important thing. Relationship between different variables that is studied. The different methods, they come under descriptive research. They are causal comparative, correlational. Now, about the survey. Best and Khan, though they have told that assessment study and evaluation study, they do not come under descriptive research, still other experts, they have not given such categorization. And in survey, all the steps of the scientific method, they are used. Problem is identified. Objectives, they are defined, they are put forth. Hypothesis, if necessary, that is put forth. Data are collected. Sampling methods, they are implemented.
ताट लावू का मामांना? नाही, मी हे करत करत करते. ताट लावू का तुम्हाला?
शालिनी गायकवाड मॅडम.
Data are collected. Statistical methods, they are used to analyze the data, and conclusions they are drawn. So survey, it is a research method. No other experts, they have categorized as such, but for the sake of information, whatever are the thoughts of different experts, we must learn, and from that, whatever is the correct one, or through discussion, we can follow the thing that is accepted by most of the experts. So survey, it is one of the from a sample of individuals through their responses to questions. The definition is given by Check and Scott. The other definition, survey is a research or investigation of an educational problem using scientific methods of sampling and carefully planned methods of questioning. Surveys are research methods used for collecting data from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights into various topics of interest. They can have multiple purposes, and researchers can conduct them in many ways depending on the methodology chosen and the study's goal. So again, I will repeat the same thing. It is a scientific method of research. Now the steps, the first step, selection and defining the problem. We have to select a proper topic for our survey or descriptive study, assessment, evaluation, or descriptive research. We are focusing more about surveys only. So selection and defining the problem, that is the first step. Then we have to identify the data. Which type of data are to be collected, that we have to specify. Accordingly, we have to prepare the tools. Select the tool or develop the tool. Selection and development of tools. Then selection of the sample. Collection of the data is the next step. Then after that, analysis and interpretation of the data, finding out the conclusion and writing the research report. So all the different steps that we apply in scientific method, or all the steps of scientific methods we apply in survey. Now the different types of school surveys. There are 6 different types given by Best and Khan. Same types they are given by Lokesh Kaul as well, and many different experts, authors. The first one is survey testing. The second one is school appraisal. The third one is status studies. The fourth one is financial studies. The next is, fifth one is curriculum studies. And the sixth one is building surveys. Now though it is called as school survey, it is applicable to any educational institute at any level, starting from pre-primary to higher education. So these are the different 6 types under school survey. What is school survey? School survey is a comprehensive study of existing conditions. So I have to again and again underline that it is related to present situation, existing conditions. The main purpose is to determine overall effectiveness of the school program and to suggest improvement wherever necessary. So any educational institute, we can conduct any types of educational institute at any level, we can conduct such survey. And what is its purpose? The main purpose is to determine overall effectiveness of the school program, because it is categorized under descriptive evaluation studies. So to find out effectiveness, we evaluate what is going on there. Value judgment is given, and sometimes suggestions are also given. So these are the 6 types: survey testing, school appraisal, status studies, financial studies, curriculum studies, and building surveys, infrastructure related surveys. The first one, survey testing. Again, survey testing is categorized under 3 different categories. There are 3 types of survey testing. Again, will descriptive study, 3 categories: assessment study, evaluation study, descriptive research. And now we are talking about these school surveys under evaluation study. Evaluation study, school surveys, there are 6 types. And in that, the first one is survey testing. And survey testing again further categorized under 3 types. Different tests not only measure maximum capacity but also describe typical behavior. So different tests can be used. The first type under this is achievement testing. Basically, when education process is going on, teachers and researchers, they are interested what is the present status of achievement. So the achievement testing. Achievement at secondary school, 10th standard students, mathematics achievement, international surveys can also be done for such testing. So achievement testing, compare the attainment with the previous. If unsatisfactory, causes and remedies can be given. Causes can be found out and remedies can be given after doing this achievement testing. It is the output of our teaching learning process. We deliver some lectures, we deliver or we conduct the education process, and we expect there is increase in achievement of the students. And for that purpose, we can conduct such surveys, achievement testing, and conducting achievement testing surveys, we can compare the attainment with the previous of those students, or we can compare the achievement of different groups, compare the performances of different schools as well, different types of schools, different boards. They can furnish national or local norms which can provide a basis for assessing certain curricular strengths and weaknesses. So through achievement testing, we can find out these also, curricular strengths and weaknesses. They can decide whether a particular innovative program is better or poorer. So that is achievement testing. What is the achievement, the present situation, status of achievement of students at different levels? Teacher can use the results of the city or state survey for the analysis of their own classes. After doing this achievement testing, whatever is the result of that or conclusions of those surveys, any teacher can compare the achievement of his or her own class to the total achievement mean or whatever is the findings of the research. They can identify weak students. They can provide information regarding which objectives are fulfilled and which are not. They can identify students who are doing better. They can help in locating geographical regions or schools which are weak. So all these are the uses of the achievement testing. Now the second type in survey testing, that is intelligence. Testing of intelligence, IQ, multiple intelligences. Nowadays we speak about multiple intelligences, emotional intelligence, sorry. So, but here what is expected, that is cognitive, IQ, intelligence testing, that is useful in identifying gifted students, studying mental growth, for making decisions for individual students regarding their success in the school or college, or in dividing large groups, for estimating degree of mental retardation, for studying socially and educationally maladjusted students. It is useful for constructing or adopting intelligence test. For that purpose also, one can go for intelligence testing. For indicating extent of differences regarding IQ. So this is the second category under survey testing. First we have seen achievement testing. Second, intelligence testing. In survey testing, the third category, that is personality testing. In survey testing, different types of testing here can be done. It covers the entire constellation of the personality. So here different tests can be used to measure personality of students at any level on a large scale. Attitudes, interests, traits, adjustment, needs, study habits, etc. A wide variety of testing can be done under personality testing. So we have seen three categories under survey testing. The first one, achievement testing. The second one, intelligence testing. And the third one, personality testing. And under personality, a number of variables can be tested and such surveys can be conducted. Now the second type of school survey, that is school appraisal. And it comes under, we are studying the categories, different methods under evaluation studies. So it is an essential part of school survey. It aims at evaluation of all the conditions and outcomes in a school system. It is concerned with administrative provisions and practices of educational institutions and the educational attainment. So different variables can be studied separately or as a whole. It aims at evaluation of all the conditions and outcomes. For this purpose, we can use different tools like checklist, rating scale, scorecards, academic achievement, subsequent success of the pupils. So this second category, that is school appraisal. Now the third category under school surveys, or third type under school surveys, that is status studies. Now this word here, status, it is used for the status of teachers' personal and professional status. To decide personal and professional status of teachers and other officials, principals or administrators, supervisors, like that. So status, this name here indicates the status of a personal and professional status of teachers. They may be part of school survey or independent study. Separately only, we can find out what is the status of qualification, experience, then job satisfaction related, like that. So status, personal and professional status of teachers or any other professional related to education. Studies to investigate problems of selection and placement of teachers, their workload, their status. So status studies, they are useful to find out certain information regarding problems of teachers, problems of selection, placement of teachers, their workload, and their other status, personal status as well. So this is a third category. Now the fourth, financial studies. Financial studies related to school or education field at any level. education field at any level, at different types of educational institutes, granted, non-granted, aided, unaided, like that. So financial studies of the schools or any educational institute. The problems relating the financial position of a school in terms of the sources of finance and the items of expenditure per student and salaries of teachers. So anything related to finance can be studied, but that is related to education field. Any type of educational institute at different level, right from pre-primary to higher education. We can conduct such financial surveys, financial studies. Tools, those can be used. They are official records, questionnaires, interviews can also be used, but we have to more rely on questionnaire, checklist, rating scale, etc. And official records, most important. Now the fifth category under school surveys, that is curriculum studies. Here, analysis of existing curriculum and its comparison with different types of curriculum, different curriculums implemented by different bodies or different boards, different states, different countries, that also can be done. So analysis of existing curriculum and its comparison. Curriculum analysis is generally done on the basis of principles of curriculum framing. There are different models of framing curriculum. So on the basis of that can be done. The needs of the pupils and the community and its limitations. So one can conduct such survey. One can go for curriculum analysis. Tools used here, those can be used. Those are questionnaire, schedules, checklist, rating scale, etc. So this is the fifth category under school survey. Then this is the last category, building surveys. So obviously it is related to infrastructure. Infrastructure is the basic thing that is needed for the education process that should be conducted smoothly. So such surveys can be conducted. Government also conducts such survey. What are the present situation of availability? So building surveys to gather information regarding their sites, location, accommodation, arrangements, etc. So, arrangements, etc. they have for various classes, subjects, activities, or staff. Conditions as regards their maintenance, cleanliness, these things can also be studied under building surveys. So not only what is there, but what are the conditions regarding their maintenance as well, cleanliness as well. So observation can also be done here. The different steps, those can be used here. They are determination of building facilities needed. Such norms, they are given by government or the governing bodies.
Sonali Pujari madam, please mute your mic. Sonali madam. Sonali Pujari madam. Sanjay sir, please mute everyone except madam, except Neha madam. Sonali madam. Sonali Pujari madam, please mute your mic. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry,
Thank you.
ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you. It's okay. So different steps, those can be used. The first one, determination of building facilities. What is actually required for any primary school, secondary school, higher education, B.Ed college? Those norms, they are decided by the government or the governing body authorities. Then assessment of existing and possible sources to accommodate need and specific recommendations. It can be done by consultant or the researcher himself or herself, or the schools also can do such survey. Now we'll see something about public opinion surveys, because we have to focus on surveys. So we have seen 6 categories under school surveys, which is categorized under evaluation studies, which is categorized in term under descriptive study. Descriptive study categorized under 3 types: assessment study, evaluation study, and descriptive research. Under assessment study, we have seen different surveys, social and public opinion. Then under evaluation studies, we have seen school surveys, 6 types. In evaluation, one more type is there, that is program evaluation. So few examples we have seen. Different programs, different policies, different योजना वगैरे आपण जे म्हणतो, नवीन न्यू पॉलिसीज, न्यू प्रोग्राम्स, ट्रेनिंग, orientation, whatever the program implemented, its evaluation can be done. Now something about public opinion survey, which comes under assessment studies the first time. Here, in order to make some important and crucial decisions, industrial, political, educational, and other leaders seek knowledge of the public opinion. अभी जो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई है, उसके लिए भी पब्लिक ओपिनियन सर्वे कंडक्ट किया, टीचर्स के लिए भी सर्वे कंडक्ट किया. उसके पहले जब नेट का पैटर्न चेंज करना था, तो तभी उस गवर्निंग बॉडी ने, यूजीसी मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, आई थिंक, दे कंडक्टेड सच सर्वे, public opinion survey, and on the basis of the conclusions drawn by after conducting the survey, the decisions they are taken, some changes they are done, and then only the actual implementation is done. So here tools, those can be used, those are questionnaire, schedule, interviews, opinionaire, rating scale, etc. Public opinion survey have several limitations. Sample may not be representative. Situation, environment may affect the reliability of the public opinion survey. But if it is planned carefully and sampling is done appropriately, then such surveys, they will be effective. Social survey or community survey. This is more general and comprehensive. They may prove to be of great benefit to schools in clarifying the social settings in which they exist and function, and the expectations of the community with respect to the education of its citizens. They are generally undertaken to study health services, employment conditions, causes of juvenile delinquency. We can add here ragging. It may be qualitative or quantitative, or it can be combined with qualitative research. Again, the tools we can use here: questionnaire, schedules, interview schedule, rating scale. Direct observation can also be done. So social surveys, the things related to some social variables, education field and social variables, regarding that such social surveys can be conducted. We can use a number of different tools to carry out surveys as per our topic and objective. If we want to study present situation of achievement, we can go for achievement tests. If we want to study present situation of the infrastructure or different skills, then we have to go for observation technique and different tools under observation. If we want to study different variables regarding personality, then we can use a number of different tests. But all these tests, they will find out the present situation. We can use projective technique if our variable we want to study, it is related to psychology. Then we can use sociometric techniques if we want to study present situation of social development of students. So we can use a variety of different tools as per our objective or as per our topic. And apart from that, we can use standardized test or the test prepared by previous researchers, and that is reliable and valid, or we can develop our own tool as per our requirement. Now, which things we have to keep in mind if we want to conduct an effective survey? The first very important thing, that is, tools should be valid and reliable, because we conduct data using our tools, and whatever data are collected, as per those data we find out conclusions and we conclude regarding the present situation. But if our tools, they are faulty, they are not adequate, they are not comprehensive, they are not objective, they are not reliable or valid, then our basis of the research, that will be faulty, and whatever the conclusions we have drawn, they will not be applicable to the population. So basic thing, that the tool should be valid and reliable. हमने हमारा टूल जिसका यूज करके हम डेटा कलेक्ट करने वाले हैं और जिसके बेसिस के ऊपर हमारा सब रिसर्च डिपेंड रहता है, वो अगर अच्छा नहीं है तो हमारा रिसर्च, हमारा सर्वे बिल्कुल यूजफुल नहीं रहेगा. So tools should be valid and reliable. Proper efforts should be taken to develop the tool, or if possible, one should use standardized tool. So always standardized tools are preferable. Then the next very important thing, that is sampling should be random. What is expected in survey? Survey is categorized under quantitative research, and survey always is related to a large sample size. And from that sample, what is expected? Conclusions, they are applied to the population. So sampling should be done randomly so that the selected sample will properly represent the population. Sample size should be in proportion with the population. There are certain formulas you can use, or certain tables they are given. How much is the population, then how much should be the size of your sample. So you should refer those tables or the formula given to decide the size of the sample. Sample should be representative. So unbiased sampling is required. Again, we have to go for random sampling. Generalization of the results to the population is the ultimate objective. When we conduct survey, we select sample. It should be selected randomly. It should be of proper size. And whatever are the findings, we can generalize those to the population. So what is our ultimate aim? we want to study something regarding the large group, the population. What is the present situation regarding that particular large group or population? But it is not feasible or possible to select the complete population. That's why we select a small group. So the selected small group must be representative, and representative sampling can be achieved through random sampling. Then we can go for proper parametric, non-parametric tests for the analysis of data. We can use t-test, f-test, and for in non-parametric there are different tests, and most popular that is chi-square. Here in survey we can do comparative study, and whenever you are going for comparative study, rural, urban, primary, upper primary, regarding present situation, and certain testing is done. Hypothesis, and to test the hypothesis you can use t-test. If the number of groups they are more than 2, then you can go for f-test. If you are using non-parametric test, if you are doing only counting the opinion, counting the different persons in different groups, and you want to find out whether there is difference in the a significant difference in the frequency or number of persons under different groups, then you can go for chi-square. So whenever you will conduct comparative study, you can go for hypothesis testing, t-test, f-test, and for non-parametric different tests are there like chi-square. Use of different types of graphs and attractive presentation can make the survey or research report effective. We can combine our survey with other methods. We can go for multi-phase research, and then survey in combination with some other method can be a very effective study. So here again I will repeat, if we want to make our survey effective, our tool, basically the first thing, our tool should be valid and reliable. If possible, we should go for standardized tools, for example IQ, or some certain science achievement, science interest, science attitude, teacher attitude. A number of standardized tests they are available. If our topic is related to these variables, then we can use standardized tests. We should do random sampling. Our sample size should be in proportion with the population. Then we can do comparative study, and we can go for hypothesis testing. Now, what is not a survey? Survey is not a qualitative research. I am repeating it again. When we say survey, then it is quantitative research. Qualitative is categorized under descriptive studies, but basically in qualitative, the sample is not random. Sample size is very small, and a deep, long study is done on that small sample. And there is no generalization to the population. There is no hypothesis testing in qualitative. So survey is totally different from a qualitative research. Many researchers, what they do before conducting experiment on that small group, they do certain testing. That is pre-testing. But it cannot be called as survey. It is mere pre-testing. But if this pre-testing is done on a large group, which is selected randomly. Then we can call it as survey. But on small group of 40, some pre-testing is done to find out their mistakes in some writing or some whatever the variable the researcher wants to study or wants to implement certain program, then that pre-testing is not survey. In qualitative study, in case study, whatever testing is done, that is also not a survey. If any researcher wants to do case study of any institution and what are the opinions regarding that institution or the leader of that institution, he can go for testing. He can use opinionaire and he can give that opinionaire to certain persons related to that particular institution. Then that is not survey, because there is no random sampling and no generalization. So if in qualitative study, in case study, some testing is done, then that is not called as survey. Then finding problems in any policy, process, system is not an effective survey. Here what I want to say that many researchers, what they do under survey, they find out mere the problems faced by teachers in implementing CC, problems faced by teachers in implementing NEP, problems faced by DED students while conducting lessons. Such surveys, they are not at all effective surveys. सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम्स फाइंड आउट करके आगे क्या, तो ये सर्वे इफेक्टिव नहीं होता है. Most of the researchers at PhD level also, what they do, they prepare a questionnaire, they deliver that questionnaire to thousands of teachers, and they do only analysis using only percentage, and they prepare 30, 3,500 tables. They present that data in tabular form, and they only show the percentage of the different problems faced by different teachers. Such survey is not at all an effective survey. तो प्रॉब्लम्स है और उसका ये परसेंटेज है. कुछ भी नई पॉलिसी जब आती है तो पहले बहुत सारे रिसर्चर क्या करते हैं, फाइंड आउट प्रॉब्लम्स. सो सच सर्वेज, they are not at all effective surveys. You can combine that with some other method. You can go for comparative study. You can put forth hypothesis. You can do different. You can do data analysis using different statistical techniques. Then we can say that is some effective survey. You can give suggestions. Then you can suggest some program to overcome those problems. So like that. So finding mere problems, that will not be a effective survey. In survey, manipulation of any variable and relationship between the variables is not studied. There is some spelling mistake. It is not studied at all. So some surveys, they are conducted regularly on regular basis, and we know all those. So exit poll, जब भी कभी क्या चुनाव आते हैं तो उस समय इस तरह के सर्वेस कंडक्ट किए जाते हैं. एग्जिट पोल दे आर कंडक्टेड, और बिफोर दैट सम सर्वे that is also conducted. Who will be getting selected? क्या कौन ज्यादा सबसे पॉपुलर है और कौन आ सकता है. तो such exit poll and some discussion there that is regularly going on social media. So exit poll is the best example of surveys. Then surveys conducted by some national level agencies, National Sample Survey Organization. They are conducting different surveys in different areas. Then survey carried out by the government, infrastructure survey by the Maharashtra government regarding the available facilities in schools, secondary schools, primary schools, etc. Now this is a screenshot of the website of Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog publishes a list of 81 all India surveys, 70% of which are conducted by government agencies. And we can find out these different areas in which they are conducting the research. Health, consumer behavior, the size indicates their percentage. Labor and employment, socio-economic, crime and justice, etc. Demographic, agriculture, quality of life, ICT. So such national, international level agencies, they are conducting different surveys and they are very, very useful for further decision making and policy making because they find out the present situation. These are certain topics, not in the form of title. IQ of 9th standard students from urban and rural area. Present situation of sports education, computer education, online education, laboratories, libraries in Maharashtra. Or we can do comparative study also, rural and urban comparison. Present situation of job satisfaction level of teachers. Here again comparative study can be done. Science attitude of secondary students. Present status of RTI admissions. Present status of scholarship beneficiaries. Opinion regarding NEP. Awareness regarding NEP. Present status of set past candidates. SET-NET past candidates. Present status of use of social media by adolescents. So these are few examples. We can conduct survey on a variety of different topics. Now some misconceptions regarding survey. Many researchers, students and guides also, they think that hypothesis testing is not possible in survey. But it is possible. We can put forth hypothesis if we want to compare two groups. जैसा अभी यहाँ हमने देखा IQ, intelligence level of students from urban and rural area. So here whatever is test, whatever the test, IQ test, the researcher will use, it will give certain scores. So that is parametric test. One can find out, the researcher can find out mean IQ of urban students, mean IQ of rural students. And then he can find out whether there is a significant difference in the IQ level of 9th standard students from rural and urban area, or male and female students. Or such thing can be done for teachers as well. But what I want to tell that it is possible to put forth hypothesis. One cannot formulate hypothesis in a survey. One can formulate hypothesis when test in which some scores is to be given. We can find out, if there we can find out mean, and then we can compare different groups. And for finding out whether the difference is significant, we have to formulate hypothesis. Only questionnaire is the tool which can be used for the survey. There are a number of tools we have seen. As per our topic and as per our objective, we can use a number of different tools. Percentage only is to be used for statistical analysis. This is a misconception. जैसा मैंने बोला अभी, only percentage is not the statistical tools that is to be used, we can go for parametric tests, non-parametric test, chi-square, t-test, f-test, like that. When you are using or when you want to find out whether there is any significant difference between different groups. Survey is a very easy kind of research. Again, this is misconception. Many researchers, they prefer to go for survey because they think it is very easy. It appears to be easy, but if you want to conduct an effective survey, then it is not that much easy. Because after collecting data, analysis, it is a very, very tedious task. Nowadays, it is possible to do it on computer still. It requires time. So survey, it is not at all easy. You have to prepare reliable and valid tools. You have to collect a large amount of data. You have to analyze it. So it is very, very tedious, complicated task. Survey requires less time. Again, the same thing. It requires a lot of time. Survey is a low level research. ये बहुत गाइड को लगता है सर्वे यानी ऐसा ही कुछ तो थातुर मातुर है. तो जैसे हम बोलते हैं नरे चिकेला ही न किती नर, आपणच ते कमी लेवलचं करतो. द सेम थिंग वी हॅव डन इट लो लेवल बिकॉज guides, students, candidates, they don't understand the importance of survey and they don't know how to conduct an effective survey. So survey is as important as experimental research. It is as important as correlational study. It is as important as historical research. So survey is not as important as experimental research, but it is as important as experiment. पहले करंट सिचुएशन अगर आपको मालूम नहीं है तो एक्सपेरिमेंट करने का क्या फायदा. तो प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन मालूम करने के लिए सर्वे इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. If open-ended questions are asked, then it is a qualitative research. It is not like that. Survey is a quantitative method. You can combine survey with some qualitative method. Nowadays, survey has become little bit easy because you can use online tools. You can use these different tools, whatever I have mentioned here. Apart from that, there may be a number of tools. Google Forms, SurveyMonkey, Typeform, JotForm, etc. So whoever is expert in the ICT can use different tools. But still, to develop any effective tool for survey, that is very, very complicated and difficult task. So that much is about survey. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Gandhari.
Thank you, Dr. Dev, madam. Am I audible to all?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, madam.
Sir,
I take this opportunity.
Sir, if there are any questions or doubts the participants want to ask.
Yes, madam. Okay, appeal participants, you are free to ask the questions, but the number of questions will be restricted. Have you any question? More than 85 participants are attending on this Zoom online platform. Yes, it is a question from, no, sorry. It is a response from Deepali Nanavare, madam. Very nice presentation. Okay, we are very specific. We are asking about the question.
Sir, I think Meenal Urade has mentioned something. If she has a question, Meenal ma'am, do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
No, okay. Anybody else? From the staff also.
Madam, hello,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, please.
My question is regarding population.
Who is this?
I just want to know about the sampling.
For surveys, right?
Yeah, for survey, yes. How much it should be?
Okay.
How much ऐसा नहीं बताया जा सकता. Whatever is the population size, accordingly you have to select your sample size. And the proportion of sample size and population size, such tables, ready-made tables are there in good reference books. You can refer those. Or online also such tables may be available. And you can refer those tables, and whatever is possible, accordingly you can select the sample.
Yes, Manisha ma'am, any question?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question about survey. I want to ask, can online surveys be considered as effective as the offline one?
They can be made effective if your tool is reliable and valid, adequate. And what is the advantage of online surveys? The ready-made analysis can be obtained in Google Forms. Just prepare a very nice tool, and you can send to online mode, and immediately you can get its analysis. And you can look through different angles towards that available data. अलग-अलग तरह से हम उसका analysis कर सकते हैं. That is the advantage nowadays.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Manisha Patspor.
Yes, sir. I just asked.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Deepali ma'am, you can ask your question. Deepali Tare ma'am.
Shall I close my presentation?
Deepali, please ask your question. Yes, Neha ma'am, you can close your presentation.
Yes,
no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, Deepali. I think she has written some question in the chat box.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Deepali.
Yes, I already written the question in the chat box.
So you please
so
read it out. Read it out.
Yes. I just want to know that if I want to make a questionnaire for survey method or for doing some kind of survey, what kind of precautions should we take, or how this questionnaire we can make?
It is very difficult to explain how to prepare an effective tool or questionnaire. There are different criteria and what to do and what not to do. All such very nice examples they are given in Best and Khan book. You can refer Creswell as well. In Marathi also there are different books. मुळे उमाठे बिंताडे. तो किस तरह से क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर करनी है, कौन से क्राइटेरिया होते हैं, क्या करना है. All these things they are very nicely explained. It is a very big topic. How to prepare a
I will refer the books. Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
One more question, I think. Asha ma'am.
Yes.
Asha ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please ask your question.
So, ma'am, suppose I have to make one of the test for my PhD research. So it is necessary to conduct survey before that test.
For the standardized test.
I'm not getting. If you want to prepare a standardized test, then first of all you have to find out how many such tests they are already prepared, how many tests they are available You have to conduct survey of available space. That
Okay,
thing
okay.
is somewhat different.
Okay. Okay.
And on the basis of that, you can develop as per your requirement.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.